Hey Brian, here's another farm video for you. So today's project is to plant some grass. So I've got some dryland pasture grass mix here. You can see what it looks like there. I'm going to be planting this using a grain drill. You can see how this seed is pretty light and fluffy. Grain drills don't handle that very well. They tend to get clogged up when there's light fluffy seed like that in there. So I'm mixing it with cracked corn, 50% by weight, to weigh the seed down and keep it flowing through the drill. I've got a cement mixer here. I'll show you how this goes. So I have 10 pounds of the grass seed weighed out into this bucket here. I'll pour that into the cement mixer next. So I've got the grass seed already in the cement mixer there, and then I've weighed out 10 pounds of the cracked corn. And I've started the cement mixer. So you can see the grass seed in there. Now I'm going to pour in the corn. You can see the corn in there getting mixed up. Let that mix for a little bit. So it's pretty well mixed up now. So I'm just going to start pouring it out into this trash can. And that's how I mix up the grass and the corn. About 50% by weight. So I just repeat that for 200 pounds worth of grass seed and 200 pounds worth of cracked corn. And I'll show you how the drill works next. Okay, so this is the grain drill. This is a John Deere Van Brunt DR1610. DR stands for double run, and I'll explain what that is here in a minute, but 16 is because there's 16 rows across the drill, and 10 because there's 10-inch spacing between the rows. This thing was built in 1947. I picked it up a couple years ago at an auction for $100, so it was a pretty good deal. It did need a little work. It hadn't been used in a while, so I had to lubricate everything and free it up. Also, one of these seed spouts was broken. This one right here was broken. You can see where I welded it there. Yeah, that was completely broken off, and that's all one big cast iron piece there. So I had to weld it with nickel rod, and that was fun. But that's about all it needed. Yeah, so the way this thing works is these wheels here on the end drive a chain that's inside this cover here. That chain drives this gear right here, and then you have a series of gears that you can choose from here. There's 5 different gears that you can put this thing in, and then there's actually a couple gears up in here. Yeah, right in there, there's a handful of gears. And if you flip one of those, a couple of those around, you can switch between high range and low range. So you've got 10 different speeds to choose from. And then inside the grain box here, there's actually 2 different feed spouts that you can choose from. You've got a small one over here on the left and a large one on the right. You just put this cap over the one that you're not using. And that's why they call it a double run, because there's two different runs or feeds that you can use depending on the seed that you're planting. The large side is obviously for larger seeds and planting at a heavier rate, and the small one for smaller seeds and lower rates. Then so we just finished mowing that acre and we're about out of daylight, so we'll have to finish or do all the planting tomorrow. It's looking a lot better now that it's all mowed down. I'm just going to leave the grain drill over here, out here overnight, and I'll come back tomorrow morning, hook up to it, get it all planted.